What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I want to talk about discipline. I think we all know that discipline is like a lifesaver, right? Whenever things are changing in life, whenever things seem like they're going wrong, whether it be with a job, relationship, whatever may be happening, there's only so much in life that we can really control. But the one thing in life that you do have control over is your relationship with discipline, with your habits, with your routine. And the more I come back to that, the more I use these things to ground me day to day, the easier it is to stay consistent with them, and the more they do feel like my default mode. I've talked on my channel before about healing your relationship with discipline, but today I want to talk more about consistently coming back to discipline and doing it with ease, like doing it to a point where you don't even really have to think about it. That's something that I've been working on a lot over this past year, and I feel like fall and like September to me feel like the start of like a fresh season. And it really, for me, it's easier to romanticize the hustle and kind of like locking in around this time of year. So I want to share with you guys some things that have been really helpful for me when it comes to, again, not only healing my relationship with discipline, but also doing it consistently. So the first thing I think is really important to recognize is that there will be days when you mess up. There will be days when you fall off, and that is okay. We are not chasing perfection. We are not chasing complete, like, you will never be perfect. And the sooner that you can accept this, the easier it becomes to forgive yourself whenever you do fall off of your routines and get back into them more quickly, right? So for example, instead of hyperfixating and stressing about the fact that you maybe missed a workout yesterday and then making it into a whole thing, you can decide to forgive yourself that day and decide, okay, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna wake up and go to the gym. Like if you, or at least this is kind of how I operate, if you are shaming yourself whenever you fall off of your routines, it's going to be that much harder to get back on them because you're making it into like a thing, right? Like you're making discipline into something bigger than it actually needs to be, when in reality, you know that you actually enjoy going to the gym, taking care of yourself, eating healthy, getting good sleep, right? We all enjoy these things. So there's no need to make it into a thing. There's no need to get mad at yourself whenever you do mess up. Just start the new day fresh. And that kind of brings me into my next thing, which is to come back to this truth that like every single week and really truly every single day is a fresh start. One thing that really helps me kind of romanticize my relationship with discipline is seeing every single week as like almost like stepping onto like a track, and it's like starting a new lap. You know how good it's going to feel when you finish that lap, even if throughout the workout or throughout the run it's a bit difficult and a bit challenging and you get tired. Like that's what comes with it. But you know that when you get to that finish line, you are going to feel amazing, right? When you get through your week and you've accomplished the things that you need to accomplish, the weekend feels so amazing. Like you feel better relaxing and resting and kind of regrouping at the end of every week when you've gone hard throughout the week. So I really encourage you at the beginning of every week, especially if you have like Sunday scaries or you like dread the feeling of a Monday, just remind yourself or try to visualize how good it's going to feel when you get through your week, when you get through your to-do list, when you have been consistent again with the things that you want to do, and have something to look forward to once you do hit the end of every single week, right? So for me, I really enjoy the weekends, like again, kind of eating whatever I want. I don't go crazy, but like throughout the week, I try not to eat like processed foods. I try not to eat processed sugars as much as possible. But on the weekend, I will let myself kind of like indulge. Like I'll go out to eat. Maybe I'll get myself a bottle of wine. Like I let myself indulge a bit, right? So I encourage you to lean into that duality of rest and hard work, and recognize that, again, rest feels really good when you have worked hard, right? There's this dichotomy or like this balance. Like being on vacation feels amazing when you've worked really hard to earn yourself that vacation. Really tap into that duality. I think it will really help you like start each week with like a fresh and new exciting energy. I also really love like planning out my week on Sundays. I think just planning out your week, like especially like in a way that's like aesthetically pleasing. Maybe you like to do it in your journal and like kind of make it pretty. I like to do it in my phone, like on my notes app. But just like planning out your week and visually seeing it, and again, visualizing how good it's going to feel when you've gotten through that to-do list, I just think is such an amazing way to romanticize the hustle and get excited for the start of every single week. And that kind of like brings me into my last thing, which is really just romanticizing the hustle. This is something that I think, again, for me, it's a bit easier to do like in the fall slash winter, because I just feel like, again, something about the fall, like back when I was like in school, I always love the feeling of a new school year starting. Like something about like getting new clothes, getting excited about the books you want to read, or like the things that you're going to be studying. Like I always was a big fan of school personally. So now that I'm an adult, I kind of find that it's really easy and kind of exciting for me to romanticize discipline and locking in when I do tap into the seasonality of things and kind of use things like movies and TV shows and the weather and fashion and books and just all the different things that kind of come with each season, using that to romanticize the day-to-day life that happens within that season. So for me, like while I'm getting excited about like the fall and like the season changes and the fashion and like all these different things, I'm also getting excited about the work that I have to put in order to get to where I want to be as I close out this year. And again, how good it's going to feel to reap the benefits of the work that I am putting in. Because again, at the end of the day, the reason why you want to be disciplined, the reason why you want to work hard in life is so that you can get somewhere or like reap the benefits of what you're working hard for, if that makes sense. So I just really encourage you, whenever you feel like lost or like unmotivated, just come back to your why. Remind yourself why you, like, what are you even working hard for? Like, what are you even in school for? What are you even putting in hours at your 9 to 5 for? Like, why do you even want to make money in the first place? Right? Like, what do you want to be spending that money on? Like, just come back to that remembrance and that truth. And just remember, like, you can have, like, whatever it is that you want out of life, you can have it. It is just going to require you to romanticize the day to day to get there, right? Like the journey, whatever journey you're on, it can seem long and hard and strenuous when you are focused on the overall journey. But when you really zoom in on the day to day and just showing up again day to day and week to week and just doing the things that you have to do in that moment, it makes life so much easier and it makes discipline feel a lot more simple because you're just focused on what's in front of you and you're focused on being present. So I just really encourage you just to remember this and just remember that you are doing an amazing job. I know that like a lot of the things that I said in this video are probably things that I've said before, but I think it is nice to have these reminders sometimes. Let me know in the comments down below, how are you guys doing? How do you feel? Like, where are you at with your relationship with discipline, and what has been helpful for you in romanticizing and kind of staying consistent with your routines and your habits? And yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys in the next one.